explain how are you planning to accommodate mass immigration and provide healthcare and educational services, infrastructure, housing, crime control, and still follow your election promise of lowering taxes for working Albertans?
Well, I can tell you that aspirationally, I think we should try to have more people than Quebec. I think we'd end up with more political power. That's part of the reason I put that out there aspirationally. I don't think any of us expected that we were going to have such a large number of people coming to Alberta last year. I mean, when we started the Alberta's Calling campaign, it was because we had 13 quarters of out-migration, and everyone was saying no one wanted to live in Alberta, and yet we knew that we needed to attract more people here so that we could continue to build all the things that we need to build. I would say that the federal government, their policy is just demonstrably not working. It's putting too much pressure on too many provinces, on housing, on healthcare, on education, on our ability to be able to keep up. So we collectively, as provinces, have asked them to better match the number of people coming into the country with our ability to keep up with growth. We did that at the last Premier's Conference, and the Premier of Quebec has said the federal government needs to also compensate the provinces that are taking a larger amount of asylum seekers than their population can support. We find ourselves in that same position. 22% of newcomers come to Alberta, yet we're only 12% of the population. I think Quebec 54% are going there, even though they're only about 25% of the population. So I think a lot of people have reached a breaking point, and the premiers are asking for a better paced and a more responsible overall immigration policy.
And how do you accommodate this in your budget?
Well, I can tell you that we've been very fortunate because a lot of the asylum seekers who have come to Alberta have come from Ukraine, and many of them either come with means or they've come with the ability to set up their own businesses or to work. We did an assessment of the 70,000 who arrived, how many of them are still requiring social supports, and it was 1,740, which means that most of them are self-sufficient. And we're seeing it as well in the amount of tax revenue that came in for personal income taxes. It actually, we ended up, I think, bringing in $1.5 billion more than we anticipated because of the number of people who came and got jobs and started working. So to this point, I think that the number of people who are choosing to come to Alberta are choosing to come here to work, but there's going to be a point where the additional cost is just going to be, it's going to be too much for Alberta taxpayers to bear. Where we're seeing it especially is in the schools, that in the schools we ended up, I think, at the moment with something like 22,000 more students than we were expecting. So we're going to have to build more schools, and we're going to have to make sure we accommodate them. So yeah, we're seeing the pressure, there's no question.